welcome back to episode 25 of the Hops and Bops podcast. I'm producer Tom.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
And this is our St. Patrick's Day special, the Hops, Bops, and Shamrocks 2021. Thank you, Joe, for coming up with that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Today we have brought a couple seasonal classics. We have brought the Warrior's Code by Dropkick Murphy, their 2005 album. And what other thing do you think we would drink on this classic holiday?
Margaritas.
Bud Light again. Margaritas.
Land Shark.
Oh, we should. Well, we'll save that for later. Yeah.
Yes. We got Guinness.
A Guinness, classic Guinness Draft.
Drought Stout.
Drought Stout. Yeah.
Great rhyming.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna drink on for St. Patty's Day? Yes. You know. And you know, we wanted the St. Patrick's Day inspired album, so we're doing it.
That's right.
So, shall we pour?
Yes. So there's a very specific way.
There is a science.
We all have Guinness glasses.
Yes.
Which is
it's
rare that we have matching ones.
I actually brought my personal owned Guinness pint glass for my personal collection.
This is the classic Joe collection.
Yes, it is. Okay. All right.
That sounds.
So inside of while you pour this, I'm going to just discuss inside of the draft stout can. There is what they call a widget.
Okay.
And a widget is a little capsule. It's like a ball that surges with bubbles. It's nitrogen filled. Mm-hmm. And the idea behind it is that it gives the beer coming out of the can similarities to the beer coming out of the draft itself.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is that you're getting, and you can even see it right now as Joe poured, you can see all the bubbles.
That's called the cascade. We're letting it cascade right now.
But it's, very similar to, getting a draft beer. Mm-hmm. So that is a world famous Guinness widget, they call it.
Cool.
So that's really kind of cool.
Do you hear like a rattle around in there? Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're done, you can actually hear it. Which also, though, these are 16-ounce cans, but if you read the label, it's only 14.9 fluid ounces. So because of the widget, it takes up space.
Oh, okay.
So it's about an ounce less than your standard 16-ounce.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Do a little jiggle.
I heard the pop. And there you go. There's a Guinness pour right there. So as Mike was talking, I tried my best to pour a Guinness how you should. So you're supposed to pour it at 45-degree angle, pour it aiming on the little harp here on top. Mm-hmm. Let the beer actually hit it. Then you fill it up until it's 3/4 of the way full.
All right.
Then you
split it.
Yeah. It feels like it's going to explode, but I think that's just the widget in there.
So the widget releases the nitrogen upon opening the top.
Okay.
Gotcha. Oh, so that's what that sound is.
That's what that is.
Okay.
That's everything being released.
So pour it right on the
harp.
Right on the harp. Yep. Until it's about 3/4 of the way full.
I'm gonna do it about half.
Okay.
Because it's just barely afternoon.
Yeah.
On a Sunday.
So if you are pouring a full one, you fill it until 3/4 of the way full. Then you let it sit for about a minute and a half.
Let it cascade.
Let the cascade happen, which we see.
Pour yours.
Okay.
And then once the cascade process is over, then you leave the pint glass on the table. You pour in the rest and let the head rise.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it cool?
That's
It should reach its final resting point around the harp.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
There you go.
Wow, we're learning. So it's a dark, got a roasted smell with a little bit of a creamy tinge with the foam. I've always said it's like a beer milkshake.
Yes.
But
I haven't had Guinness in many
personally,
years.
Although it is a beer milkshake, they're not super heavy.
They're not.
They're not as heavy as you would expect it to be.
I remember having Guinness when I was maybe, 22, 23. And I just felt like, I'm drinking the big stuff here. Like, Guinness, man. Like, I've reached the big leagues.
Guinness, baby.
Yeah. Look at me,
Yeah.
But I drank it and I was like, this is not heavy at all.
No. It's a pretty smooth beer. They're dark, hoppy, smooth, with little to no carbonation to spoil the taste.
Right.
Which is probably why they're a little bit smoother. You don't get that, full feeling from the carbonation.
Yep.
They say they're very creamy, easy to drink. They're a little bit heavy to drink quickly. but not like a super dark stout or porter that you're just like sits in your stomach. Yeah. They say that it's a little bit stronger taste-wise and feel-wise at the bar, so fresh out of a draft, than in a can.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. It's like any beer. However, they're the closest thing you're going to get to being similar because of the widget.
Right. And, you know, the beer in the can didn't fill up our glasses all the way. So I feel like if you were to get a pour at a bar, you know, it's more. So
And, you know,
not as much.
Dark, you know.
It is dark.
It's a dark beer. Can't really see through it.
Great color.
Translucent.
Nope.
I love the...
From the right angle, it almost looks black.
Yeah, right. I love the drastic line between the head and the beer.
That's like that creamy kind of...
it just sits right there. It's really cool. I love it. And aren't stouts traditionally more like coffee taste? And
yeah, some of them. You get a lot of times when you get like a chocolate or a coffee beer, they're stouts. I think it just naturally, you know, blends well. A lot of breakfast beers. Yeah. Those are usually stouts. Oatmeal and, you know, like I said, coffee, chocolate.
I do not like coffee flavor at all. Like I can pick it out in anything. You know, even things like people say, "Oh no, you won't taste it." I taste it.
That's me with coconut.
Yeah. Coconut. But I don't taste it in this, and I love drinking Guinness. It's a good beer. You know, not something you're gonna chug. You know, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, you don't shotgun these.
No. Yeah, I mean, maybe one year when we do another one of these specials, we should go to a bar and have them actually like pour
we could do
fresh ones. That'd be kind of cool.
Cool, yeah.
I like it.
I'm pretty middle of the road on Guinness.
Yeah.
I had a roommate in college who did a study abroad in Ireland and came back a big fan of Guinness. He did the whole tour of the facility. That's and
cool.
Has like a Guinness sticker on his laptop. So I've had my fair share of Guinness. I'm mixed on it. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not gonna go out and get it all the time.
No, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
you know.
But it's
seasonal.
It's a mood. You know?
It is a mood,
especially listening to this album.
Yeah.
Such a good album.
Let's get into it. So we've chosen The Warrior's Code by Dropkick Murphys.
It's the one with Shipping Up to Boston.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
That band.
If you're not a big Dropkick fan, but you'll know that song.
Yes. Yeah. Which is actually, it's late in the album, which I was surprised about.
It is.
But we'll get to that.
Exactly, yeah.
So this is their 5th album, came out in 2005, 14 tracks. I mean, it's solid. It's a solid musician album, and it's actually the first whole album I've listened to by them for this podcast. Okay. I have never listened to an album by them. Mike, I know you're, a big Dropkick fan.
Yeah, so I've listened to a lot of their albums, but this is definitely one of the first I ever listened to by them, and kind of one of the quintessential, Dropkick albums to listen to. Just great songs on it all together. It's got a great flow.
It does have a great flow.
Even with, we'll get to in a little bit, but song 9 with Green Fields of France, it didn't take away from the album. Like it fit so well where, you didn't think it would.
It has its place.
It does.
Song, yeah.
And it's funny because these guys are, I laugh because the vocalists, there's 2 of them. One's the bassist and then one is just the vocalist. And the bassist actually sings a lot more, you'll notice, than the other guy. I forget the other guy's name, I'd have to look. But anyway, Al Barr. And then Ken Casey is the other. They all pretty much sing, though. But they're the kind of people that if they weren't in Dropkick, their voices would not work like in any other band.
Right.
That's the thing, is that
their
it's
voices,
very...
This is it.
It's very driven to the style of music that they make,
Sorry, I was looking at the widget in there with my flashlight.
I saw that.
Cool. A white ball.
Sneaking a peek at the widget.
Yeah,
Looks looking at white balls.
Starts off right with the bagpipes.
Oh yeah.
Right? You just didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
No.
And then just boom, punk.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Celtic punk.
Yeah.
Or Celtic.
Celtic.
Excuse me. I'm a basketball fan.
That's okay.
I didn't know it was an actual genre.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, because I always assumed that this was
They
more
were
of the
the-
forefront of this
Yeah.
of this sound. But I know there's many others like it.
Like
And-
Flogging Molly, I think is
Yeah,
another
Flogging
band,
Molly's
same
one.
genre. Yeah.
Yep. What's really cool though is if you look, this music lends itself to a lot of traditional stuff. You know, you got the traditional instruments with the bagpipes. I think they have accordion, mandolins. They got some like European instruments.
And are they part of the band? The people that play those instruments?
Yeah, accordion, bagpipes, mandolin. Those are all part of the band. And then they have a lot of like backing vocals and different things, cello, viola. But those are just like people who played.
Yeah, but they're diverse. Is what you're getting.
But like even so, track 3, Captain Kelly's Kitchen. When we get there, that's like a traditional Irish tune.
Mm-hmm.
You look at who, because what's cool is pretty much all their songs are written by Dropkick Murphys. But then you have a few others where you'll notice like the lyrics are actually from like a poet, an Irish poet, or an Irish.
Well, Shipping Up to Boston, Woody Guthrie.
Yep.
Is listed as a writer.
A writer.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. And there's really, vocally, there's not much going on in that song. It's the same, like, couple of lines over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's just really cool. So, yeah, Your Spirit's Alive, just, they didn't waste any time.
No.
Like, it's the song you expect. It's Dropkick's sound.
Yep.
Just hits you right off the bat.
Yep.
Right.
And
I like that fake out, too.
They've only got two songs that are 4 minutes. And every other song, there are only 3 songs on the entire album that are over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
It's amazing how much they can fit into a short song. Like, just
and
musical
Dropkick,
sections.
Like, Dropkick, Shipping Up to Boston's got, like, so much instrumental, and it's like 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah, right. I actually think that's one of the most simple songs on the album. I think almost all the other songs are way more complex and just as short.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
You know,
I love their drummer. He's so clean.
Oh, yeah.
Drummers kill for his snare sound, like that nice crisp pop.
Yeah.
His rolls are. I would kill for those.
Again,
rolls.
it's almost like it's like a marching. It's like a Travis Barker type of deal. Like it's more of a marching sound, like a
regimen kind of.
Yeah.
Military-esque.
Yep. I will say, like, before we get deep into the album, like, this album for me is more of a vibe album.
Yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
we've talked about in some
Luke Combs.
Like you got to be ready to like rock
episodes.
out.
Right. You throw this on. You don't necessarily care what song is on at that particular time, but you throw it on when you're getting ready to party or get shit faced and you need something aggressive and fun and sing along to.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to like listen to this very often.
Yeah.
It's almost, well, obviously since we're doing it for a holiday, it makes sense we're doing it for that. It's almost novelty-esque, but not in like a bad way.
Yeah, I get it.
Because I enjoyed it.
That's a great. I was trying to find a word like that, but that's what it is, novelty. And I kind of feel like they're typecasted into
exactly.
St. Patrick's
But
Day.
it's kind of funny though. They have a couple of Christmas songs that are actually really good.
Okay.
They're a little more on the funny
again,
side.
novelty. Like
they're a little more on the funny side, but they're pretty good like Christmas songs from an Irish band. Like you just don't really expect that.
Right.
And actually, one of my favorite songs by them is the Rose Tattoo, which is off of one of their later albums.
I like that.
And it's just kind of a real deep, like, it's a good song. This album has more of, was this their first album?
Fifth.
Okay, so they had a lot before this.
Yeah.
But this album, compared to some of the others, especially some of the newer stuff, is more, again, of that novelty. Like, you kind of really are pushing the Irish punk like feel.
I was wondering how this stacked up against their other albums.
I mean, I feel like you knew who they were, but this was like takeoff for them. You know, when you got, especially too, when you get to the end, you have Tessie, and like that was huge with the Red Sox and winning the World Series. And,
04.
That just blew up.
And I think Shipping Up was in The Departed.
Yep.
So that gained fame.
It's also in a lot of commercials too.
Yeah,
it's been very marketable.
For sure. Yeah,
which I think you see in Guinness commercials too.
Probably,
it would make sense.
Yeah, good pairing.
There you go.
Yeah,
we're getting back on our pairing.
So back to the tracks. next up we have the Warriors Code, self-titled.
I love that.
Title track. Yeah. I think this is the best title track we've come across on this podcast.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great song.
I just love it. Just comes in with that guitar riff, and then boom, it just hits, and it's just it's a good song.
Yeah, I really like how this album opens up and starts off.
Yeah.
And definitely the incorporation of the bagpipes in with, the classic punk sounds are really it's a good pairing, especially for this song.
That guitar intro reminds me of Jimmy Eat World, The Middle, like how the song begins.
Okay.
Very similar. It's a great song. So it's about Mickey Ward, the boxer.
Okay.
The movie with Mark Wahlberg, Christian
on
Bale, the fighter, like that's who that was.
And that's on the cover, right? There's a boxer.
That's him. That's Mickey Ward. Yep. Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not a fan of his vocals, though.
Yeah.
In some context on the album, it works.
Do you notice the two different vocalists when they come in? There are two of them.
Yes, on especially on like Captain Kelly's Kitchen and like Wicked Sensitive Crew. You can notice it.
Yeah. So the bassist Ken Casey is a little bit more of the singer, and Al Barr is more of the raspy kind of.
The guy talks like this.
Yeah.
What if he talks?
Yeah.
So
right.
It's funny too. Yeah, he's like a tall, skinny guy covered in tattoos, and like
makes sense.
Yep. But Captain Kelly's Kitchen is like a traditional Irish song that they did their own punk version of. It was a good song.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. It was a good rendition of it. I've never heard any other people do it. Never heard that song.
Yeah. I actually didn't know it was a cover.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean, I wouldn't have. It almost reminds me of like a St. James Infirmary. Like it's just an old traditional song, and you just hear. You got to pick your favorite version that somebody did because there's really no original, like, who wrote it, who did it. It's just kind of that classic.
I noted that the very beginning of this song sounds like the King of the Hill intro music. It was like ding 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 ding. If you
it does kind of sound like that.
Yeah, how you listen back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Kelly. Yeah. I actually wasn't a big fan of this song.
I wasn't. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't either.
I know it's like a little more traditional, but I don't know. I don't know if I want traditional like from them. I kind of like their spin, like I don't know, their fusion of their styles.
Yeah.
So
I will say the X factor of this track is the violin. I really like how it was incorporated, and kind of just goes crazy at certain points.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still comes off a bit a little novel for me.
Yeah.
I get that. And The Walking Dead.
I really enjoyed this track.
This is song.
One of my favorites.
Yep.
I think when they shine the most is when they ditch a lot of the Celtic stuff and stick more to the punk aspects.
Yep.
And I'd mentioned Jeff Rosenstock a lot on the show before.
Yep.
But this track reminds me a lot of his other previous work.
Cool.
And I just kind of wish there was more songs that ditched the bagpipes, ditched the Celtic stuff, and incorporated more emotionally driven lyricism, because there's a lot of it on that one too. And definitely one of the high points on the album for me.
Yeah. This song features a great like group vocal on the chorus, which I think is one of their strong points. It makes it sound like you're all just in a bar, like just chanting lyrics to a song, and that's the feeling I want when I listen to this album, and I get. And this song has that for sure. Yeah, good one.
Yeah,
we're all.
It's a catchy tune, and just it cruises and.
We all have one AirPod in listening to the track as we go and be like, this song is good.
Yep.
No, it's good.
But then next, though, we have Sunshine Highway.
The first song to break 3 minutes.
Okay.
And you know what? What a song to do it.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Oh, this one's my favorite.
It's a feel-good song for me. I can see myself, like, driving and windows down. Like, I don't know, just, like, good, nice day. It almost sounds like a song. It could be in Tommy Boy. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm watching Tommy Boy when I listen to this.
Definitely a soundtrack. You could definitely fit somewhere.
Yeah.
The song Sunshine Highway. The Sunshine Highway is actually the road towards the Dryout Center, owned by John Dropkick Murphy, a former wrestler and the band's namesake.
Oh.
I did some research on this song.
Okay.
Interesting.
You take the Sunshine Highway to get to Dropkick Murphy's, where you sober up for a few hours before you head home.
That's ironic that you go to Dropkick Murphy's to sober up.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yet,
Right?
when people listen to Dropkick Murphy's, you are doing everything but sobering up.
And,
That's really cool.
The Sunshine Highway itself got its name from all of the shattered liquor bottles on the road that reflect the sun when you drive by it.
Interesting.
That's sick. That's really cool.
So yeah, the song wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
I love the chorus.
Yeah.
Just love the chorus.
Yeah.
And again, another group
Yeah.
chorus. It's just great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a little bit smoother.
Mhm.
It's not the top of my favorites, but it's up there.
Cool.
Yeah, and you got those alternating vocals
Yep.
between Al and Ken.
Yeah.
Like they go back and forth.
I like that. It doesn't stick to one
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. And then what's next?
Wicked Sensitive Crew.
Yeah. No, not a fan.
No, I'm shaking my head. This song makes no sense to me.
Yeah, vocally I'm not, and like lyrically it's kind of
Lyrically, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
The idea, I think this is my idea of the song, is that the people who are considered tough nowadays are actually soft to them. So he might as well be softer because there's no point in being real tough. So he brings up all the things about them that he is soft. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why is this track? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's a decent song. It brings back the Celtic
Yeah.
sounds, but like, you know, that part where it stops in the middle and
Yeah.
he talks about meat suits or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was funny where he talks about how he cried when the guy died in Rocky 2. Even though he didn't actually die
Yeah.
in Rocky 2, he died in Rocky 3.
I said that too. I am afraid of crying when Mickey died in Rocky 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good line.
But yeah, other than that, I wrote it was compositionally redundant, rhythmically off with the vocal pattern, cuts out completely in the middle for the joke, and it sticks out sorely.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
wrote stuff for that.
the hey.
Yeah.
The
like,
Hayes and
yeah.
Hose,
Like-
it's fun for me. Yeah, I kind of like the musicianship in it. It sounds like a big song to me with the bagpipes in it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as bad, but I agree. It's not my favorite. It's
okay.
kind of like a middle of the road for me.
Yeah.
I will say their musicianship is pretty
They're tight.
good. Yeah,
They're tight.
Very tight.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just not for
And
me.
it's not this isn't an easy genre to play either. I mean, it's very fast. It's very staccato. Like there's a lot, and then you're layering so many instruments. You know, like you said, the musicianship overall just very, very good.
Yeah. Yep. And
What's
then
next? The Burden.
The Burden.
Burden.
Yep. It has like an acoustic guitar intro.
Yep.
Yeah, this is where they switch to the bassist, I'm assuming, because he's not as raspy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noted that the vocals sounded like someone else came in, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, so
Oh,
now
is
that I'm listening back, I'm not.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not the bassist.
Is he just doing it in a lower register?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just dropping down to.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, it's just because he's singing a bit lower
Yeah.
that you don't hear the rasp as prominently.
Yeah, no, it's the main vocalist Al. It's not Ken because Ken's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
I liked how the guitar, acoustic and electric guitar were more prominent, more so than the bagpipes.
Yeah,
that Tom's
they
been
blended
saying.
well here.
I thought it was like a nice welcomed change at this point in the album. You know, it gave you something else to listen to.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't very good, but it wasn't very bad.
Right,
It was.
right.
It was pretty in the middle for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Right in the middle of the album.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's
yeah.
it.
A lot of like storytelling with their lyrics.
Yeah.
Like you can
Yes.
tell everything's kind of some sort of relates to somebody or something or kind of a traditional tale or there's always some sort of storytelling going along with it, which is kind of cool. And then Citizen CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. I like this one. Brought back that punkier sound. It was a weird intro where he's talking about calling all people of above average intelligence. I thought that was strange. But
It almost kind of starts messy, but it's not.
yeah,
Right.
it buttons
kinda
it
cool.
up.
It's just super fast.
Yeah.
Buttons up. I like that.
Yeah.
And they definitely go right into it and there's just that chorus. Citizen.
Yeah. Well,
CIA.
it's super short. It's only about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It comes in, punches you in the face, then it leaves before you realize what the fuck happened. You know,
it really does. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It
kind of blows right by you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's punchy.
In no way am I comparing it, but it's similar in style like that to it was World War III by Machine Gun Kelly on that.
Oh, okay.
On his Tickets for My Downfall.
Yeah.
It was fast. It was
kind of hits
quick. It was
yeah.
like fast tempo, short song.
Okay.
But I mean,
yeah,
you can't
completely different vibes.
Yeah.
And I like too the fact that it doesn't. There's even a guitar solo in it, and it's only a minute and a half.
Super quick.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that at no point does it let up.
Right.
Like it's a minute and a half, and you're running the whole time, and then it's just over.
Yep.
And it's kind of a cool transition because it's such a fast, such a hard-hitting song, and then boom, piano. And goes right into this is a cover.
This is a cover?
France.
Yes. Eric Bogle. It was an anti-war song by Eric Bogle, who is born and raised in Scotland. It almost seems like he's more of a he's a folk singer-songwriter. It's like a Bob Dylan type of deal.
Yeah.
Which you can tell, like the anti-war kind of vocal.
Yeah.
I think he really shows his vocal range here.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when we did the Avatar album, and they came in with Gun, and we were like, "Oh, that was a really cool switch up," but vocally, he didn't shine, like it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what Avatar was missing. Like here, he comes in. It's a classic, kind of Irish tune. It's got all the fife in it and different things. However, I think vocally he really does show that he's got some versatility for having such a unique voice that he can turn around and then do something like this. I liked it. And then the album just continues to go from there.
Especially the next song, Take It and Run.
Yeah, we're back at it. I mean, it picks it right back up.
Picks it right back up.
Yep.
And this is exactly what the album needed in the track list to just be like, hey, remember you sat down for 5 minutes to listen to a classic track?
Yeah.
Classic ballad.
Yep. Now we're back on our bullshit.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I thought it had a nice, solid punk rock chorus.
Yeah. I don't think it's a standout song.
No, it's...
No.
It's just... But it's good.
But it's not filler either. It's
No.
just... This is a, track
It's like,
of
all
the
right,
album.
and then back to our programming.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. I thought this song could be in Step Brothers. I don't know,
Yes.
it sounded like a Step Brothers song.
Yeah, I get what
You
you're
should work
saying.
as like a soundtrack
Almost
guy.
I know,
almost
yeah.
like
Hollywood.
almost at the intro there, like when they're staring at each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the intro, that guitar sounds like they're about to go do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
You can call me Dragon.
okay, Nighthawk.
Again, good song. Quick, 2.5 minutes, like 2:40. It moves along. It's. I'm not gonna say it's forgettable, but it's, not
memorable.
Yeah, exactly. It's there.
I think it serves a purpose because I can't imagine going from green fields into shipping up.
No.
Yeah.
You need kind of like a transition song, and I think that's what it.
And it's not
serves.
one of their heavier, faster songs.
Right.
It's kind of like. It is. It's the transition song. It's a little bit lighter. The vocals are a little cleaner. It's kind of got that running feel to it, without being overbearing. And then you come into Shipping Up, which is, everybody knows.
It's their quintessential song.
Did you?
The side eye.
Did you just?
It's been a while since I dropped that word.
Drop the keyword?
The keyword. Yeah.
Guys, I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't really like Shipping Up to Boston that much.
I must say it's not my favorite on this album.
No.
The song serves its purpose for me, in the partying and vibe and all that. But it's not my favorite song on this.
This is like just when you think Dropkick Murphys, this is what you think of. This is the first song that comes to your mind. in the band, this is the Dropkick Murphy song we play, and when we played it, everybody's singing it, and
jumping, and
you don't even have to be musically. You're tight with it. Vocally, you can kind of be wherever with it, and it doesn't really. You're just yelling.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone's yelling along with you, and it's their party song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's what people who stereotype people from Boston think this is the song they play all the time.
Right.
It's a little too overplayed.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed.
I do like the drummer's work on it, though.
Yes.
Yes, that's the thing for the entire album too.
Yeah, he's
Especially
fantastic on this. This is like one of his best songs. His tom work and making it an actual groove is just something to really listen to. It's a lot of fun. It was hard to learn, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, you should mention that we used to play it when we were a band.
Yeah,
we still do.
Yeah,
I used to play
Tom
it.
used to sing it. Yeah. But again, it serves its purpose. Like when we play it, it's because we're playing a St. Patty's show, and
because people know it. Yeah,
people know it. People are drinking.
Singing along, and it's just it's definitely it serves its purpose. It's a good song.
Yeah,
174 million plays.
You can hate it as much as you want. You're still gonna sing it. You know what I mean? Like when it's on, you're hearing it. So.
When it's on, you're hearing it.
What a line. We need that on a shirt.
That's good, yeah.
What is it? What was it again?
When it's on, you're hearing it.
Yeah. I meant to say you're singing it. But
yeah, no, I got you.
It's all good. I like that, though. I want the shirt.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
The old triangle.
Yeah.
Old. Like Auld Lang Syne.
The old triangle. I love this song.
And then, it starts off. I mean, you got 30 seconds of chill.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be another
I thought it was
Greenfield song. Yeah,
to go along your lane. That intro sounded very Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
it's got that little pan flute or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great transition from Shipping Up.
Yeah.
It gives a little bit of, you almost have your 30 seconds to
catch your breath.
Exactly, recalculate for a second before, and then this is kind of almost like a punk ballad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got that feel to it. It's a little bit slower.
I felt like I was watching Titanic. It sounded like Titanic at the beginning. I know.
We gotta watch some movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if the Green Fields of France was their traditional cover where they stuck to the original, this one sounds like a cover of a classic Irish song, but they put their own spin on it.
Right, their own take.
They got a little heavy, another one of those fake outs. They did the same thing on Your Spirits Alive, too.
Yeah. I love how it finishes, strong finish. Like I said before, it's amazing how much they can squeeze into a song that's under 3 minutes. There's a lot going on, and it seems like it should be longer, but it's not. Yeah, and then low battery.
I don't know, that's right. Last Letter Home.
Oh, another great one. I liked it. Yeah,
it was middle of the road for me.
This is where they start actually putting out full length songs. 2 songs before they finish.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This song felt like the ending to an album for me. Mm-hmm. And I like how the band came back in after dead silent pause. It felt like the ending of a concert to me, that was their encore or whatever. I almost thought this song should have been the last one. I don't think Tessie needed to be the last song, but I get why it was. But I almost thought they could have swapped these two.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah, I do and I don't. I think maybe because I've listened to this album so much and it's just ingrained in my head. And I don't. My thing is, I don't think Tessie would fit anywhere else because it's got that Red Sox opening, and it's again a little more of a novelty song because it's more off of based off the Red Sox than their other songs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like it as an ending. I don't think it actually really fits anywhere else. It doesn't really fit the album.
That's what I was going to say.
Tessie.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like they added it after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like it could be a bonus track.
That's another thing I was going to say.
Right. It's the
so
last
different.
song on the album.
Yeah.
I love the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's a great song. Musicianship wise, it's a little bit more low key than their other songs. Obviously, the novelty portion with the Red Sox and then winning the World Series and the whole deal. Like, being a Red Sox fan, like I've always liked it. But
well, I'm a Yankees fan, so I think I have to hate this song.
Yes, me too.
Sure. Yeah,
the song sucks.
yeah. Skip.
But I do agree. It's like again, it seems like they added after almost. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the album. I'm just so used to it. I enjoy it. And I don't see it anywhere else. Like you couldn't open with it. You couldn't put it in the middle. I think it would just be very out of place.
Yeah, and I also didn't like how it faded out at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like after such a big album with like such huge sounds, I didn't really like that the album ended on a fade out.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of a letdown.
Yeah,
but
either one of them could have been the ender.
Yeah,
for the closer, and it would have made sense.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is.
Yeah, I think if you end with Last Letter Home, Tessie doesn't exist.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a released as a single or
maybe
something. You know? But
like
if Tessie's going to be on the album, I think it has to end. I just don't see it anywhere else.
Right.
So for 14 songs, I mean, they got it in 41 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
super quick.
Cruised.
Oh yeah.
I think if this album was longer, it would have lost a lot of steam. Because it would have been kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
And it would have been. It might have dragged on too long.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was like the perfect length, and they really just did great. It's a great album, top to bottom, musicianship. I think they did a really good job with it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's solid. I mean, the musicianship is there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it had a great flow compared to some other albums we've talked about.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunately for them, I think they just get typecasted into a certain time of year, a certain type of band. Like this is them. I mean, but you know what?
But they run with it because they play St. Patty's Day in Boston every year, and they've been doing now. This will be year 2, I think, of a live stream.
Yeah,
and they do it on St. Patrick's Day. You can stream it on like Facebook, whatever. You just watch them play, and it's free. And so they definitely kind of give back. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I feel like they almost put themselves in a corner a bit too much into this Celtic sound, but a lot of the underrated tracks on this are where they focus more on the punk side.
Yes.
And I think that's where they shine the most.
And again, that's their that's where they shows that they're good musicians.
Yeah.
They're just not a gimmick band.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that that's what a lot of people kind of see them as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, could get into tracks.
Tracks, let's do it. Top track.
I really like The Walking Dead. That was my favorite track. It was the first track where they were so punchy and they focused more on like what I literally just said, getting rid of those sounds, which in its own style, the bagpipes and the violins and all these other things, they do fit well on some tracks. I do enjoy like the old Triangle. The beginning of the album was really good when they had those, but I really enjoyed The Walking Dead. That was my favorite.
Cool.
And the really nice lyrics too.
Yeah, nice. It was actually pretty tough for me to choose a top track because I really liked The Walking Dead. I really liked Warriors Code. I liked some others, but I chose Sunshine Highway as mine. Okay. When this one comes on, I'm like, all right, it's a great song. I know it's coming. So, yeah, I enjoyed that, Sunshine Highway.
Yeah, same with me. Sunshine Highway was just like a chant, like sing-along chant. So I like the lyrics, I like the vocals, I like the instrumentals. Yeah. That's like my go-to song on this album, for sure.
Cool.
But what's your least?
So my least is probably Wicked Sensitive Crew. I know it was kind of a different vibe for them. They were trying something a little different with the vocals, and I wasn't a big fan of like the talking vocals throughout the entire. Like I wish there was a little bit more. They do so well with those punk songs. I don't know. I felt like that song just didn't need to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the same. Okay. It's a Wicked Sensitive Crew. Just didn't really make a lot of sense. Joe?
I went with Captain Kelly's Kitchen.
Okay.
It was a little too typical for me.
Too traditional?
Yeah, I thought the chorus was annoying, but you said it was a cover?
Right? It's like a traditional Irish song.
I didn't like that. I thought it was annoying. But yeah, it just didn't do it for me. Captain Kelly's Kitchen.
What's that
Elusive.
horse doing?
The horse?
What's that napping horse?
The napping horse.
Sleeper.
It's the old triangle for me.
Okay.
I thought this was a nice hidden gem at the end of the album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a skip. You might not hear it. If you're not listening to the whole album, or you end it. Earlier on.
And at shipping.
Yeah. It's a great song. Definitely check that one out.
Yeah. Mine is Green Fields of France. Just because it was so unexpected, and it was a risk they took, and in my opinion, it paid off for them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I went the Joe route, and I picked 2. I also went Green Fields of France, just because it's so different from everything, and how they went about doing it was really nice. I enjoyed it, and I also went with Take It and Run, because it came right after it, picked everything back up, and it was very punky, and I like punk music a lot.
Yeah.
So
nice.
It scratched all the itches for me.
Nice.
A nice back scratch.
I like our variety in our songs.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good. Cool. Very
It's
cool.
interesting to add to the playlist.
I personally think it shows how good the album is if we're all able to pick out different songs that we liked and connected with. It shows it had good variety and it worked.
I've
Definitely.
done that a few times.
So having said that, our ratings, I gave it a 4. I thought it was a strong album. Am I going to listen to it all the time? No. But I think it's a very well-made album. Great job for them, or by them. They, great songwriting, great production, great musicianship. I kind of lean more towards that. So yeah, 4. I was really impressed.
Same. I'm giving it a 4. This is like my go-to Dropkick album. Some of their later stuff's pretty good too, but this is just kind of like classic, and it kind of hits all the marks. So it's quick. It's an easy listen. I mean, it's got its time and its kind of vibe, but I honestly can put this on working out any time of year and still, or in the background and still listen to it and just enjoy it because it's just a good album.
Yeah.
That's why I give it a 4.
I was sitting around a 3 coming into this, but I think as I listened to it while we were doing the podcast, I think it bumped up a little bit, so I'm going to put it at 3.5.
Cool.
Okay, nice.
Some of the later tracks bumped it up for me.
Yeah.
For the same reasons, I'm not going to listen to this in, September or something. Yeah. It has its time and place. But, for what it is, super fast, punchy. If you don't like a track, it's not going to stay around too long.
Yeah.
Only 40-something minutes. I think it's only 41. Yeah.
Quick.
So, about 3.5 bops.
I like what you said, Tom. I thought the album ended strong. I think from shipping up all the way, I guess, I don't know, if you start at Green Fields all the way through, I thought it was a very strong back half. So yeah, cool. How about our beer, the classic Guinness Draft Stout?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Not a big dark stout person, but I do like Guinness. I think it goes down smooth. It's. I mean, I guess if it wasn't Guinness, I maybe would have given a little less. But I also think too, it's kind of cool what they do with the widget and things like that. It gives you a different flavor. The beer goes down smoother, and that definitely helps. Some stouts can be very heavy, and just sit in your stomach and not go down well. And this one, I think, is drinks more like a light beer, but has a little bit more body and flavor like a stout.
Yep.
So it's good.
For sure.
3.
I don't like this one. I'm probably going to give it 1.5, honestly.
Yeah.
I do like how they include that widget.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool X Factor.
Yeah, for sure.
Changes a different. It's different than every other beer we've done, but the taste it's a bit too smooth in the beginning. It kind of masks everything that comes in the back taste for me.
Yeah.
It hits in different ways that it doesn't really sit with my palate well.
It hits different.
Yeah, it really does hit different.
Yeah.
If I was at the bar, actually getting the tap, it'd probably be a little bit different. But this ain't it, Chief.
All right. I actually gave it a 3.5. I like Guinness. I think out of all the stouts I've had, this is the strongest, the smoothest. I like how light it is for being a stout because I'm not a big stout guy.
Yep.
And I think it's just more than a beer. It's an experience. You know, when I'm drinking this, I'm thinking of, you know, going to a packed bar, St. Patty's, you know, following a parade. You know, I miss that. You know, that's all good stuff.
I miss you guys.
Yeah. And I think, you know, pouring it has its own science. You know, you're supposed to use the specific glass and the widget inside, like you guys said, the X factor. I think, you know, all that mixed into one thing, you know, does it for me. So I'm at a 3.5 for the beer.
Sweet.
Yeah. Cool. Shout them out?
Shout them out.
All right. Dropkick Murphys.
At Dropkick Murphys.
Yep. One word.
Guinness.com. We're done.
Yep. Actually, well, Instagram is Guinness US.
Oh.
They have different accounts, but if the US one.
Yeah. Okay. Wherever you are.
Yeah.
You know, it might be a regional Guinness thing.
Yeah. Just search Guinness. You'll find it. Yeah. Cool.
That's very cool.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy.
Thank you to St. Patrick.
Responsibly.
Who chased the snakes out of Ireland.
Yep. Enjoy responsibly.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm sorry from appropriating your culture.
Oh boy.
Episode 26. What we got next?
26. Mike, this is your beer. Coming up. What do you got?
Old Chub. Oscar Blues. It's a Scotch ale. Figured it's something new. I tried it. It's a little darker, but got some good flavor and a little variety for us.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. And then for my album, I decided to pick Medicine at Midnight by Foo Fighters. We're revisiting the Foo Fighters. This is their brand new album. Came out in February. And like you said, a different beer for the podcast. I think this is a different album for them as a band. So, and I wanted to hit this early, right when it came out. So we'll be doing that next episode.
Awesome.
Yeah. So awesome. This has been great.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are liking it out there. Hops and Bops Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Stream us as always on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. For Mike and Tom, this is Joe. We'll see you next time.
Peace.